Hi everyone, I'm Maya, the virtual assistant from Equilibrium, and I'm here to help you achieve your mental balance. Today, we're going to talk about self-awareness and acceptance and how they affect our process of evolution. Let's go?
Self-knowledge.
Today, we are going to talk about self-knowledge. Have you ever been in a job interview and froze when you heard the prompt, "Tell me a little about yourself"? Well, you're not alone. Most of us don't practice knowing, that is, self-knowledge, because we were not taught to look at ourselves. We live directed towards the external, paying attention to aesthetics, clothes, body weight. That's why the question, "Who am I?" is so difficult to answer.
You need to know the whys.
Most people can explain how they reacted in a situation, but few can tell you why they acted that way. Do you know what happens? They will act the same way again and again and again. This creates a pattern of behavior, and so we have the grumpy friend, the jealous boyfriend, the explosive coworker. These are labels, very reductionist ones, that significantly impact our lives.
Labels.
Stop and think. Do you have any labels that define you? Labels that you or the people around you assign to you? Labels are very common. We use them without even realizing it because we need to categorize things around us to make sense of the world. But most of the time, the labels assigned to people are harmful because they end up limiting them. A label puts a person in a box and often prevents them from being everything they can and want to be. And do you know how we escape labels? Self-knowledge.
Why is it so important to know yourself?
When we know ourselves, we understand what kind of situation makes us act a certain way, exhibiting behavior like anger or jealousy, for example. When we know ourselves, we understand why a particular situation is a trigger for us. And with acceptance and dedication, we open the possibility for change. Self-knowledge is the beginning of the journey toward mental balance.
Accept.
Self-knowledge goes hand in hand with acceptance. If you're willing to know yourself, you must be willing to accept the discoveries you'll make. I say this because, often, the process of self-discovery is so difficult because we get caught up in idealized patterns. Instead of seeking who I truly am, I seek who I would like to be, or even who others say I am. So, if you're going to start a journey of self-discovery, go with an open heart. At this initial stage, don't worry about taking action. Just focus on knowing, understanding, and accepting. It's not always easy. Sometimes we discover traits that we condemn. That's part of it. Only after knowing and accepting can we take action and grow.
Grow.
Growing, evolving, developing. That's what guides our journey. That's our pursuit here at Equilibrium. To be the best you can be, your best version. For yourself, and consequently, for the world. And this is our compass: to know, to accept, to grow. It all begins with self-knowledge. When we know ourselves, we can define what we can change, and even more importantly, what we want to change. When we know ourselves, we create the possibility of accepting ourselves. Often, accepting what we cannot change is more difficult than changing what we can. But it's part of the process of evolution. We know ourselves, accept who we are, and finally, change what we can and want to change. If you enjoyed this content, let YouTube know. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and receive more content like this. See you next time.